Too often we just get wrapped up in, honestly, the idea of people, and we hang on to that so much that next thing you know, you are pining after, chasing, obsessing over someone who was probably never a good fit for you from the beginning. Hey guys, it's your girl Ivy and welcome back to my channel. I had a really interesting conversation with one of my homeboys today, and he is always hip to putting me up on game when it comes to guys, specifically things that they typically don't want girls to know, and I appreciate him for it. So one thing he talked about today, which I think is very important, especially for the girls who are in that space where they're confused, they don't know whether a guy likes them or not. He was saying pretty much, if you have a guy who is piss poor with communication, meaning they don't really hit you up like that, or they've stopped hitting you up as much, or they may not even be hitting you up at all, but you may notice that they're reacting to your IG story, or commenting under your post, or even constantly watching your story, more than likely it's just to keep them at the top of your mind. And for what reason, he didn't really get that far into it, but it's not even to say that they actually value or give a fuck about your time. It's just that they want to make sure you're still thinking about them. I don't know, maybe it could be so that you can reach out to them. Maybe it could be so you don't, move on to the next guy, just in case they, have you as their backup plan or sitting on the bench while they entertain someone else. But what I think is important to note, regardless of the reason why, is that you should probably take that as a sign that they're not serious about you. And I think even just being in a space where there's a constant state of confusion when it comes to you and this person should also be a telltale sign that, maybe they're not that into you, or, maybe they're not that serious about getting to know you or spending time with you, or just being in your life in general. Regardless of how long you've known somebody, I think if somebody values you enough or sees you as someone worth taking seriously, then they won't leave you in a state of confusion. It also makes me want to talk about compatibilities, right? I think sometimes we just get stuck on that physical compatibility, right? You find someone who you find extremely attractive and they find you extremely attractive too. But there's so much more beyond that. There's physical attraction, which is important, but there are so many other elements too that are equally as important, if not more important. There's also mental compatibility. Do you guys think the same way? Do you guys want the same things? Emotional compatibility. Are you guys at the same emotional intelligence level? And what that means is essentially, do you guys value love and relationships the same way? Do you guys see the world from a similar lens? I think that is extremely important as well. Then beyond physical, emotional, and mental is spiritual compatibility. Do you guys share the same spiritual views, religious views? If not, how will that impact y'all's dynamic? And then finally is financial. Financial obviously isn't just going after someone who makes a certain amount, right? It's deeper than that. It's not about going after someone who makes a certain amount of money. It's more so from the lens of, do we value saving and spending the same way? Because you don't want to get with someone who just spends and does not really care about it, doesn't care to look at the receipt, doesn't care to look at the bank account or anything like that, doesn't care to even look at the price tag on the item. If they want it, they want it. when you're someone who's more frugal, who values saving, who wants to make sure you have an emergency fund or a rainy day fund, you two would not be financially compatible. So it's important to know all of that. And I think too often, once again, some of us get stuck at that physical compatibility part. Or even some of us get to that space where we think we know someone well enough, right? We've heard their values and they share the same values with us. So we're thinking, oh my gosh, yeah, they are emotionally compatible with me, or they're mentally compatible with me, but at the same time, they may be emotionally unavailable. I think too often we as women and men fall into this. We get wrapped up in the feeling of things. Like, oh, this person makes me feel good. Oh, they look good. Oh, you know, the sex is great. And don't get me wrong, all of that is great. I think, you know, it's good to feel good around the person that you want to be with or that you're with. It's good to be extremely attracted to the person that you want to be with or that you're with, but that's not where it should stop. There has to be a balance between feelings and your logic, right? And in me dating, one lesson that I learned was things just have to make sense. Although this dynamic feels really good, although I like how this makes me feel, doesn't make sense to my life right now. Do I want to continue with someone who's long distance? Do I want to continue with someone who doesn't seem to communicate in the way that I do, i.e. I'm someone who likes to check in every day. It doesn't necessarily have to be talking the entire day, but I like to check in every day. And maybe this person, you know, is cool with kind of just not talking at all to the person that they're involved with for a day, 2 days at a time. That right there shows me like we may not be that compatible. Oh my gosh, I'm realizing, like, you can see my nips kind of in this. Oh well, you guys, like, it is what it is. I'm not nude, so please, if you're one of those like sticklers and you're like a super prude and you want to come on here and judge me on my video, please spare me. My goal was not to come on here and flash you guys, and that's just what it is. But anyway, I just realized, like, I think too often I would lean into how I feel. And I think all of us, when you run into someone who you have really good chemistry with and a good physical connection with, or physical attraction to, we can get wrapped up in the infatuation of things, in that lust, and we can mistake it for us really liking a person or even being in love with a person or falling for a person. And so that's where it's important for you to take a step back and say, what exactly do I like about this person? Is it that I just like that, you know, right now it's new and it's fresh and it gives me butterflies? Or do I like this person for actual reasons? Like, I love how they value their family. I love the goals they have set for themselves. I love how they remember little things about me. I love how they value having a relationship with God and would like that to be at the center of their next relationship. I love that they pray. I love that they read. I love that they go to therapy. These are all things that's like, okay. Also, how are they treating you? Yes, they love their family and they're always there for their family. They love God and they want to have a good relationship with God. They are going to therapy, child. But how are they treating you? Are they hot and cold with you? Do they hit you up some days and you don't hear a word from them other days? Are they planning thoughtful dates with you? Are they trying to dig deeper and truly get to know you? Or is it just surface level conversation? All of these things make a difference. Are they showing you that they are equally as interested in you as you them? That's where the does it make sense really comes in. You have to really analyze if they are great person or not? And if they are a great person, are they a great person for you? And I think, like I said, too often we just get wrapped up in, honestly, the idea of people. And we hang on to that so much that next thing you know, you are pining after, chasing, obsessing over someone who was probably never a good fit for you from the beginning. And I just love to come on here and talk about these things because these are things that I've been able to learn for myself, you know? So I just wanted to come on here and give that to you, ladies and gents, if you've been experiencing something similar. I think it's very important for us to realize that sometimes confusion is the answer. You know, if you are on the fence about whether or not you should continue trying to get to know, investing in a particular person, that confusion that you're feeling about them may be telling you that the answer is no, you shouldn't. Anyone that you truly like or value, it's important that they're sure of you. They're sure. They may not be sure that they are ready to step into something right now, but they should be sure of the destination that they want the two of you to get to. And I say that because people like me are just, you know, I still feel like I'm fresh out of a relationship. It's been like 8 months, going on 9 months that I've been out of a relationship now. But it still feels like I've just gotten out of a relationship. And so for me, I know I'm not necessarily ready to enter a relationship right now, but I want to be intentional when I am dating. And so for me, my destination is a committed relationship, and beyond a committed relationship, my destination is marriage. So I don't want to be involved with anyone who's unsure of their destination. And I'm okay with parting ways from someone whose destination is different from mine. I know what I want. So any man that steps to me, I want him to know what he wants, right? And I want that for you too. If you don't want marriage and you just want a casual vibe with someone and that's your destination, cool. And if you get someone who wants that too, that's perfect. If you encounter someone who wants something serious or committal and you are very non-committal and want something casual, know that it's okay to walk away from them. No matter how strong your chemistry is, your physical attraction to them is, it's okay to walk away. And same the other way around. If you encounter someone who wants something really casual and you're someone who wants something monogamous and committed, it's important to go ahead and step away and walk away from that dynamic, because that's how situationships come to be. Seriously, that's how we find ourselves in situationships, because we don't have that conversation up front about where do you really want to go. Like, whether it's with me or anybody, what's your end goal here? Do you want something serious? Do you want an open relationship? Do you want just to find someone who will be able to reproduce with you? It's just important to find all of this out up front so that you don't find yourself in dynamics where you are now in love with someone who wants something completely different from you. And it's like you're trying to go up a mountain with someone tied to you that does not want to move. I think that's kind of the lesson that I have been learning in the most recent season of my life. And as I heal, I want to help you guys heal too. As I learn fun, quirky facts like, you know, my kink life videos, I want to share those with you too. As much as I want to have fun on this channel, I also want to be able to help you grow and help you flourish and help you create the life that you truly want to live. So thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to me yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye.